Next, let's talk about time zones. Can virtual assistants work my time zone? The answer is a resounding yes. Yes, they can. I like to get entrepreneurs out of the mentality that they'll never find a virtual assistant from the Philippines that will work in their time zone. You can do it. I've had plenty of virtual assistants that work 9 to 5. Let's go through this. So the first thing is expectations. If I need someone to work 9 to 5, I'm having that in my job posting. I'm talking about it during my interview. I'm mentioning it again during onboarding, and I'm making it very clear this job is only 9 to 5 Eastern time. I can't train you and then you come to me and say that schedule doesn't work. If there's even a chance of that schedule not working, back out ahead of time. This job is only 9 to 5. Now, there are very few jobs that require 9 to 5. For example, customer service for FreeUp, we did need people 9 to 5. But a lot of times what you can do is create hybrid schedules. And this is my personal favorite. And we do this now at Outsource School, where they'll work 4 hours in the morning for me, let's say 8 a.m. to noon, and then 4 hours flexible. So I never want to have to chase a virtual assistants to see when they're working. I need a time that I know they're going to be on. So every morning I know they're going to be on for 4 hours. If I have to talk to them, they're online, I can talk to them. I can schedule all my meetings during that time. But then the rest of the time, I don't care when they work. I mean, within reason, as long as they're getting stuff done, that's totally fine. And if you don't want to just give them that flexibility, you can also say, hey, here's a set schedule, 4 hours US time and 4 hours your time. You have the flexibility to do that and get creative and talk to the virtual assistant. You want to create a win for them and a win for you, where they like the schedule and you like the schedule. And if the schedule is not working for someone, you just sit down and try to adjust it. And keep in mind, once you set a schedule with someone, it's a lot harder to change it. If you give someone a completely flexible schedule, you train them, and then you go to them and say, oh, I can't do flexible anymore. I need you to work set schedule. They might say, no way. I didn't agree to that. I don't want that. I wouldn't have taken this job. So think upfront what you want the schedule to be. It's either a set schedule US time, a hybrid schedule, or you can do a completely flexible schedule. I've done this with virtual assistants where they can work anytime they want as long as they get the work done. The key here is you need check-in points, usually meetings, or you say, hey, you can work anytime you want, but I need you online from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day. So that if I need to talk to you, I always know that I can talk to you between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Or you can work flexible time, but we have a team leader meeting at 11 a.m. every Tuesday, and I need you to attend. So make sure you set those check-in points. So yes, they can work US times. Decide whether you need a set schedule, a hybrid schedule, a flexible schedule, and make sure that you hold people to that long term. So the last two questions kind of leads into Outsource School. There's 4 parts of hiring. There's interviewing, there's onboarding, there's training, and there's managing. And the 2 questions I have coming up are, how do I interview a virtual assistant and how do I onboard them? And we have a proprietary process that we teach at Outsource School, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But our interview process is called the CARE method. And you can see Du's experience with the CARE method here. And CARE stands for experience, communication, attitude, and red flags. Or if you want to do it in order, communication, attitude, red flags, and experience. And we do all our interviews via Slack. We don't do Zoom interviews or video interviews unless it's like a sales role and it has to do with their job. Most virtual assistants are not comfortable doing those types of interviews. So we keep it all on Slack. We like short, efficient interviews, so 30, 40 minutes or so. And we touch on these things. What's their experience? We look at how they communicate on Slack. We go through the attitude with them. And we look for red flags as we're going through it. And this is how you're going to improve your chance of a good hire. And when you use the CARE interview process, you get virtual assistants like my all-star Anna, who's a team leader at Outsource School. She does live trainings like this. She manages the other people on my team. She's active in our Outsource School Facebook group. My goal is to help you guys get your own Anna, your own rockstar team, and you're going to do that by following the Outsource School CARE interview process. The next is, what is onboarding and how do you avoid issues with your virtual assistants? Now, onboarding is a step that most entrepreneurs skip. You've got interviewing, you've got training, and you've got managing. Most entrepreneurs know you need to interview, train, and manage people, but they skip the onboarding. Once you interview someone, you want to set expectations with them. Now, the SICK onboarding method, SICC, stands for schedule, issues, communication, and culture. And some of the stuff we talked about already, when we're setting expectations with them, after the interview, we're going to go to them and say, all right, let's get on the same page with schedule. Let's get on the same page with how we communicate. Let's get on the same page with how we deal with issues, because issues are going to come up. I want to make sure that we deal with them the correct way. let's get on the same page with what the culture is in our business and how we want you to follow our culture. So we teach you how to do this in Outsource School. We have a script for our interview, our onboarding process that you can just follow step by step. And then once you do that, which leads into our last question, what do you do after you hire them? You're going to manage them and you're going to have day-to-day communication. We're going to teach you how to set up Slack so that you're not getting tons of messages to your phone and you're communicating everything in writing so it's clear and people are on the same page. How you set up email channels for important reminders and memos, how you're going to run meetings on Slack. Meetings are incredibly important. Once you hire someone, it's not like you just never talk to them or they go and do their thing. You have to have meetings every single week. You have to have strong communication channels. There are also other parts of managing that comes up, like dealing with issues, or maybe you want to promote a team leader. Like you don't want to have 25 virtual assistants that all report to you. You want to have team leaders and assistant team leaders. So make sure that you have a process. And if you don't have one and you want to use ours, you can check out Outsource School for interviewing, onboarding, training, and managing. And make sure that once you get that good virtual assistant in place, you have strong communication channels, you have strong meeting systems. That's how you're going to get the most out of your virtual assistant. That is how you're going to grow your business.